September 1940. Air raid sirens howled across London, and families hurried into shelters. Above them, the heavy drone of German bombers rumbled through the night sky. Britain now stood alone, the last free bastion in Western Europe. Churchill warned that the fate of freedom itself rested on this island. Soon, a battle unlike any before would decide whether Britain endured, or collapsed to Hitler's empire. Just months earlier, Nazi Germany had swept across Poland, Norway, the Low Countries, and France. At Dunkirk, more than 300,000 soldiers were rescued, though their weapons lay abandoned on the beaches. Now Hitler turned to Operation Sea Lion, his bold plan to invade Britain. To succeed, the Luftwaffe first had to destroy the RAF and seize control of the skies. Germany sent over 2,600 aircraft, while the RAF could muster barely 700 fighters. The imbalance was staggering. Britain seemed hopelessly outmatched. Yet home ground offered vital advantages: short flights, fast refueling, and downed pilots who could return to fight again. Above all, Britain possessed the Doubting system, the world's first fully integrated air defense network. Radar stations scanned the seas, spotting enemy formations long before they reached the coast. At Bentley Priory, WAAF plotters pushed colored blocks across giant maps to track every raid. From there, sector commanders barked orders through telephones, guiding squadrons with deadly precision. The system meant the RAF never wasted strength; every fighter sent exactly where it was needed. In July, German bombers turned on Britain's shipping convoys in the Channel. By August, they pounded RAF airfields and radar towers in relentless waves. Day after day, losses mounted, and the skies above England became a battlefield of survival. Then, on September 7, the Luftwaffe shifted its fury toward London itself. The Blitz had begun, terror for civilians, but breathing space for fighter command to recover. That reprieve would prove vital, for the decisive battle was fast approaching. Sunday, September 15, 1940, Britain's fate would be decided in the skies. Radar screens glowed as massive German formations swept across the Channel. The first wave came, more than 150 bombers, protected by 400 fighters. In Uxbridge Command Bunker, the order rang out with urgency: scramble. Pilots sprinted to their Spitfires and Hurricanes, engines thundering to life. Over Kent, the RAF rose to intercept the oncoming storm. The skies erupted into chaos, contrails crisscrossing as dogfights raged above the fields. German fighters shielded their bombers, but British pilots clawed through their defenses. Some Spitfires were torn from the sky, plunging in flames into the fields below. Yet Heinkel bombers too were struck, exploding in fireballs above the Thames. At midday, a second wave appeared, another 100 bombers with 300 escorts. Once more the heavens shook with tracer fire, smoke, and burning wreckage. Nearly 1,500 aircraft filled the skies over England on that single day. London braced for devastation, but only a fraction of bombers broke through. Those that did released their bombs on dockyards and rail lines, yet the destruction was far less than the Germans had hoped. By nightfall, nearly 60 Luftwaffe aircraft lay destroyed, while the RAF counted about 30 losses of its own. With such setbacks, Hitler quietly postponed his invasion. Operation Sea Lion lay broken and stillborn. From then on, September 15 would forever be remembered as Battle of Britain Day. In tribute, Churchill rose in Parliament and declared, "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few." Those few were the young pilots, many barely 20, who carried the hopes of an entire nation. Yet behind them stood radar operators, ground crews, and ordinary civilians who kept the lifeline of defense alive. Together, their victory shattered Hitler's dream of conquering the island fortress. It proved to the watching world that Germany could be resisted, and that freedom could be defended. The battle did not end the war, but it changed its course in ways history would never forget. Those few were the young pilots, many barely 20, who carried the hopes of an entire nation. Yet behind them stood radar operators, ground crews, and ordinary civilians who kept the lifeline of defense alive.